All right, we're off to a good start. Cut number 2. What are we going to work on today? We are going to talk about the concept of making people stick. Why do we do sticky hands? Detail behind it. Why are you forced to stick? And how to develop this actual skill of sticking. So basically, stick, stick, and more stick.
What kind of stick?
I know. See someone bleeping me out. Okay. All right. So, you know, why spend all this time? Why are we working on sticky hands? And what exactly is the purpose of it? So, how do you make people stick? So first, let's talk about the concept itself. Okay. You know, a lot of times when you see chisao, when you see people fighting, you see people they're fascinated by the speed of the punches, the speed of the blocking, speed of the kicks, and everything like that. But I tell you, if you really understand and know what to look for, you look at the person's stance. You look at his ability to control his center of gravity. So just as an example, it's freezing cold here in Chicago. It'll be actually colder. Actually, today's warmer. It's like 30 degrees. It'll actually be warmer on colder on Monday. It'll be like -7. So imagine Robert and I. We're walking. We're walking down the path, and all of a sudden he slips on the ice. Okay. Obviously, he's slipping because my stance is way better. And notice he can't say jack. Exactly, right? So just imagine, the first thing he does, I'm walking by him, he slips. What's the first thing he's going to do? He's going to try to grab onto me. And what's the first thing I'm going to do when he does that? No, but just think about it. Your natural reaction, you're walking around and oh shoot, I slipped. You try to grab onto something. You try to go and regain your center of balance again. Automatically. You don't have to plan it. You don't have to think it. You just like, oh crap, I'm falling. I need to grab onto something. So literally, when we say we spend an insane amount of time working on center of gravity control and awareness, it is different compared to anything else out there. You know, everyone says, you know, I'm the tightrope guy working on balance, or I'm the judo guy working on my balance. Everyone says that, but we just approach it a little bit differently on how we deal with it. So, for example, we're in sticky hand mode right now, okay? And I'm going to do an attack. My attack is going to be this punch, okay? I'm telling Robert to attack. I'm telling him what I'm going to do, and I want him to block it, okay? Okay, he is attempting to block it every single time. Okay. Excuse me. Now you might be saying, "Oh, well, you know, I'm sure Robert's tuition's due, and that's why he's letting you get in there." One, it doesn't matter when he knows it. Okay. For example, I'm going to attack you right now. You block. See, he knows I'm exactly what I'm doing it. I'm trying to block me again. Okay, I'm going dirt slow. I'm telling him exactly when I'm gonna attack. But every single time, no matter what, he will not be able to stop that attack. And that's not the speed that I would actually apply the attack in. So now you have to think for yourself, well, how is it that he's not blocking it? Maybe you're one of those guys who has those chi bubbles and can hit people magically.
People like that out there?
Yeah, you see that. All right, or maybe I'm hypnotizing him. Trust me, if I'm hypnotizing people, I'm not here right now. All right, so, I mean, the first thing people think of is, how is it he can't block you? Well, you're telling him you're blocking him, you're not going that fast, but every single time he can't block you. The reason is people look at the wrong thing. And that's why I say you can always tell the truth based off someone's stance. It looks like from here, when I go in, all right, I'm just going a simple attack like this, doing a punch in this motion. What don't people understand is when I move in, look at this center of gravity right now. When I move in, my formula is always the same. I maintain my vertical, I go straight to the target, and I have a triangle. That's it. That's my formula. You know, it's no secret recipe, right? Basically what? Salt, pepper, good steak. right? So, but now people are thinking, well, why can't he block it? Because look, if you can pay attention to this, I'll make it more obvious. When I move in towards the center, look what his center of gravity is doing. Okay, can you see that? Try to control it. Where's your center of gravity at?
Heel.
Back of the heel. Okay, let's make it more, try again. Try to control it. Where's your center of gravity at?
Still on the heel.
Still back of the heel. So if he has no awareness of this, let's say he doesn't practice Silam Tao or practices stance, he just looks like, he just looks like, oh my God, he's just getting the attack through every single time. Let's go back to the idea of what I said. When you lose your center of gravity, when you feel like you're slipping and falling, the first thing you do is you want to grab onto him. So right here, he has his center of gravity, okay? I move into him, and right away, he falls back. It's not obvious, but his initial motion once he falls back is what? Look at his hand, okay? Watch. See how he wants to come, see how basically, I'll exaggerate. He falls back to the center of gravity, his hand wants to spring forward to me. Guess what? He's stuck to my point of contact automatically, without me even doing anything. Okay, that's how I make people stick. That's why I don't care if you don't know sticky hands. I control my center of gravity better than you can control your center of gravity. And once the initial contact is made, you are under my control from that point on. Okay, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So, what does that mean? In other words, he's trying to block this, right? In other words, how does he block it? Take me offline. How can he block me if the attack's coming in this way? Let's say the attack's coming in straight into me. He's trying to block it off at an angle or whatever. If he's trying to block whatever attack I'm trying to do, but he's already falling back, his natural reaction is not to deal with the block. His natural reaction is what? To catch me, or try to regain his center of gravity. So he has, at that point, even though you could say he's trying to block me, he's trying to regain his center of gravity before he can block me. Okay? And it happens in the blink of an eye. So in other words, I move in, right? Already his center of gravity is affected, and then he's not dealing with my attack right away. There's that gap. In other words, I move in, his center of gravity is destroyed. Instead of dealing with the block, he's trying to regain his center of gravity by grabbing onto me and sticking to me, but I've already got the hit off by that time. That's the difference. That's what most people can't see. Even if you look at the video, it's very slight. I don't even make it much, but there's a slight amount right here. See, I control it every single time. Little, see, little, see, every single time. So that's why
That's why you make the big bucks.
That's why I make the big bucks. And eventually, I'll be a cabbage slicer. All right. So that is literally what you're working on. Now, my goal has nothing to do with offsetting his center of gravity. All right? Right? My goal has nothing to do with offsetting his center of gravity. That's just an end result, a byproduct of me closing the gap, or the moment we touch, I have control of it. That's why, what happens if you don't have control of your center of gravity, you can't make people stick. Basically, you just have yourself touching as well. So in other words, if I lean forward like this, guess what? I'm stuck to him, and he's pushing back into it. We're stuck to each other. That's why there's a delay and gap from each one of our motion every single time. We're basically stuck with each other because we don't have no control of our center of gravity. But if I have control of my center of gravity, the moment I touch and I move in, he's already stuck to this point every single time. Okay? That's the whole key of how to make someone stick to you. And that's why I don't care if he knows Wing Chun. I don't care if he knows sticky hands. If he's standing, he's got a body part. As long as I touch, he's stuck to me. And if he's stuck to you, he can't be hitting you. All right? So while there's more detail in how to do that, that's the main concept involved with it. And that's why when I say, you want to know the truth, you look at someone's center of gravity. You could tell right away whether or not he can control it or not, or if he's just basically touching hands. All right? Hope that makes sense. If not, we got a whole year of making sense.